Hello, 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 incredible ones. Darnyelle, Jervey, Harmon here. And let me just tell you, I am so super excited to be with you for a really quick interview with one of my current clients in Incredible Factor University, Emily Nichols Mitchell. I'm going to have her tell you all about herself in just a moment. But the main reason why I wanted to have a quick conversation with Emily is because she is up to absolutely incredible things in her business. She is literally traveling around the world and helping leaders accelerate their brand. And if you could get excited about being accelerated at that level, then you need to know Emily. She's amazing. And I also wanted her to share what her experience has been like being a member of Incredible Factor University for the past 2 years. So without further ado, Emily, tell everybody who you are in your own words.
Hello, Darnyelle. I am the CEO of Accelerations Group. And I work with amazing leaders, especially women from all over the globe, to help them discover, fine-tune, and position themselves to lead courageously, boldly, and confidently. And I am super excited to be able to talk with you today.
Yeah, I love the work that you do, Emily. So what I want to do is just have you start by telling everybody a little bit about what your life and what your business was like before you and I connected.
Oh, wow. So that was like a long time ago. At least that's what it feels like, because we're in our second year, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started out in my business, I was still working in myself. I couldn't get out of my own way. And so my biggest struggle when I first met you was I had clients, but I was in my way. So I couldn't see, as you always tell us, I couldn't see the art because I was in the frame.
Right.
And one of the things that I think that you have definitely brought to my life is really having that focus, really being able to see that I'm the CEO of my business. So I transformed from being this side business to a small business owner to a CEO. That's mindset shift and transformation that I owe to you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it's my pleasure. I've just loved watching you bloom. I remember when we first met at, I think it was Unleash Your Incredible Factor Live, and you came up to me and you were like, I can't wait to work with you. I'm gonna be your best client. And I was like, okay, let's do it, right? And so talk to me a little bit about the results, whatever you're comfortable sharing. I like to have results be shared primarily because the people who will watch this video, mindset is great, right? That shift and that internal confidence that takes us from side hustle to CEO is great, but they want to know about the tangibility, like what's changed as far as money or clients or anything like that you feel comfortable sharing with people in the last 2 years and us working together.
Well, I would say the biggest thing is when it's all about the dollars. When I started working with you, I had 2 clients. Now I am working with clients all over the country. I'm working with clients in India, France, Italy, Japan, China, to the point that I've had to hire staff. So my revenue has gone to where it was pennies and I could count them on one hand to now one of the systems that you help us put in place is watch your money. Now I have money to watch.
That's good. I like that, Emily.
So, you know, if I can say one thing, Darnyelle, that if anybody who's listening to this is, you may be sitting out there thinking, I can't afford this. This is not the time in my life right now. Let me tell you, you don't know what you don't know. And so that is one of the biggest things that I think when I walked in, you know, I'm a person who is, I don't spend money easily. But I also don't want the discounted workshop. Right? I wanted to make sure that I was working with a premium brand and a premium person because I wanted premium results.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I think. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, so I just wanted to say that, you know, I'm able to get premium results, and you help me in the moment, in real time. So anyone who's watching or listening and they're on the fence and wondering, why should I work with Darnyelle? I would say this to you. Why would you not? Where are you trying to take your business? If you're really trying to move your business forward, you got to invest in yourself. You've got to be serious about it. And when you put out serious cash, you try to make sure you get serious results. It's whatever you put into is what you're going to get out of it. So I just found that by working with you, it made me look at my money differently. It made me look at my systems differently. When I first started working with you, I didn't have systems in place like I wanted to have systems in place. I started living the way I wanted to show up in my clients. So now when my clients call up on me, there's systems in place. I can follow where I'm trying to project. I can follow what I'm trying to do and know when, there's a gap and when there's not.
Right. Yeah, I think that's really helpful. Now, talk a little bit about Incredible Factor University from the standpoint of the other clients that are enrolled in the program. Like, what are the retreats like, and what's the value that you get from participating in the retreats and having a room full of like-minded business owners as your own advisory board, as well as cheering you on, holding you accountable, and helping you to get out of your way? Talk a little bit about what your experience has been there.
Oh, wow. The retreats, you know what? They are just amazing. It's all about you now being able to be in the same room. As small businesses and entrepreneurs, we often feel like we're on an island. And when we come to the retreat, we're still on an island, and it's a beautiful island and it's a beach, but we got some girlfriends with us now. And you get the whole package. It's not just coming to her retreats and you're talking about all the systems. You talk about where you're stuck. And then not only does Darnyelle help you with getting unstuck, it then becomes this collaborative conversation. And sometimes you want to start to talk about going down this path, and then someone will say, well, have you thought about this? And you're going, no, I never thought about that. Darnyelle and other people in the retreat, and it's always the right people, right? So that's what's so amazing is you always wonder who's going to show up at the retreat, and it's like God put the right people around you. So when you get to the retreat, it's always the right people who need to be in the room at the right time for where you are on your journey.
Yeah, I love that. I think what I've always said is everything you need is always in the room, right? And I think what I've enjoyed watching, we, regardless of the number of business owners we'll have there, whether we have a small group with 8 or 10 or a larger group with 20 or 30, everything you need is in that room. And it's amazing to me to see how all of you who didn't know each other from Adam, right, prior to coming into the program, have become sisters in business, and how you pray for each other and you admonish each other, right? Like, I can remember times where, and it could have been any one person in the room who was thinking small, and how everybody else in the room got them from thinking small, got them out of the way. And it's this beautiful mirror, because we get to get a reflection, and what's looking back at us is just as beautiful, just as brilliant, just as incredible as we are, which I really, really love as well. So part of the
reason, Darnyelle, that brings up a point when you were talking about looking in the mirror. Again, going back to this island, you may have a team of 2 or 3 people. 2 points that you just made, and I want to kind of talk through them, is if you're wondering how many people are going to be in the group program, don't worry about that. Because however many people in the group program, you make us all feel that it's a small group. I mean, when I first started in your program, there was some retreats I went to and there were 20 people. There were other retreats I went to, there were 12. I couldn't tell the difference in the number, because the only difference between the 12 and the 24 is I had more people that provided more feedback and helped to prop me up and make me better. And I think that you create that space, your retreats create that safe, collaborative space that you can kind of come in and let your hair down and walk out and not feel like somebody's judging you, somebody is going to take your business and tell someone else, that you also have this confidential property that, I got to hold on to it, because if you hold on to it, can't nobody get it. Right. So, you create this safe space, and so does everyone else. There's this beautiful spirit in the room that no one's out to get anything that you have, but they're out to share and out to give so that when you walk away, you have more stuff. I mean, the people, I have built friendships. I have accountability partner who is absolutely amazing. That holds me accountable, because you, in your program, you make sure we all have accountability partners in between the retreats. People, I can now, when I'm working on a particular project, I can pick up the phone and I have my own personal connection advisory board, like you mentioned, of people who are like-minded, that I can say, hey, I'm working on this. Hey, let me send you this template. Here, you can use this. It's the sharing that you just don't get anywhere else.
Yeah, I like that. And I appreciate that too. Like it was really, when I thought about creating this program, I thought about the programs that I had participated in previously that kind of left me hanging, because I was in a room full of people who were not at my same level. So they were pulling on me to get results versus the mentor in the front of the room. Like I could have led all of those groups. And so it was important for me in creating the Grow Mastermind to really have a safe space where it was truly like-minded, where the people were in the same place and they were able to help each other and rally. And then the other thing that I really love about the retreats, and you didn't touch on this, but I'm going to make you touch on it, is the spiritual center. Like, you know, just allowing my spirituality just to take its own flight, if you will, and to be able to have and be able to share that with all of you at every retreat, to pray together, to know that the things that we want and the things that God wants for us are the same, and that in our business, we don't have to choose. We don't have to put our spirituality on the side and leave it down while we're at the retreat. We can actually bring it with us, and we can bring our vulnerabilities, right? We can bring our moments of fear that pop in, and know that in that space, we're going to be edified and we're going to be cared for and we're going to be prayed over in order to get access to what we want. So if you would just for a moment, just talk about, from a spiritual standpoint, like how is that element being involved in a business mastermind? How has that enhanced what you get to do in your business and the results that you've gotten?
You know, I will say that that's probably what I call the icing on the cake, you know, because when you go into the retreat, most retreats that you go through is, about the numbers. However, if your mindset, if your spirit isn't grounded and just right, if you're not opening up and allowing God to really be centered and take control, all the rest of the stuff just becomes dead air. Right. And so I think walking, and walking in, you get everything. So you not only get to be vulnerable, you get to flourish past your fear. You get to have Christ become, even though we all, at least for me, I believe that God is the maker, and he is the root of everything that I am and everything that I will do. And I bring that to all of my clients. But sometimes you feel when you're running a business, it has to be separate. And I think this is where it's also another shift, right? Because this is where you go, it doesn't have to be separate. I get to bring all of me. I get to bring my fears. I get to bring Emily who's afraid. I get to bring Emily who's the Christian. I get to bring Emily who's the CEO. I get to bring Emily who's the woman. I get to bring everything about me into the room, and it's embraced. And sometimes your retreats, even though you have an agenda, we all come with certain things we want to get out of the retreat. When we truly open up and allow God to come in, sometimes the retreat takes goes to a whole nother level. And that level, when you walk out, you're going, yes, this is exactly what I need. So it goes back again to, you don't know what you don't know. But when you walk in those retreats and you really just allow God to be first and God to be center, and Jesus to really be the CEO, the real CEO, then everything changes. And I think that's one of the things that I think makes you unique, is that your retreat it has everything. You know, it doesn't just have this piece over here and you walk out feeling like there's a void over here. When you walk out, you don't have any of those voids, because every piece of you is met when you get in the room.
Awesome. I appreciate that. That was really beautiful. So they're watching and they're trying to decide whether or not they should step in and consider joining Incredible Factor University in order to take their lives and businesses to the next level. What would you say to them if they're watching right now and they're trying to figure out if they should take the next step?
Well, I would tell you, I was sitting in those same seats 2 years ago. And if it makes you stretch, if you're going, I don't have the money, if you're trying to come up with 10 reasons why not, then that means you must be needing to do it. Because when your spirit and your heart is trying to convince you to do something different, that means it's time for you to take that leap. It's time for you to take that quantum leap of faith and jump out into the pond. If you're really serious about growing your business, if you really want to take it to the next level, because this program is not for everybody. This program is for the serious-minded people who are really wanting to be in a room to make a difference in the lives of their family, in the lives of themselves, and in the lives of other people. If that's where you are, then this program is for you.
All right, so Emily, so you've had tremendous growth in your business. So let's talk about the money for just a minute. So when I first met you, you were charging how much?
I was charging $100 an hour.
$100 an hour, those of you who are listening. And you're charging how much now?
Oh, if you want to talk to me for 90 minutes, it starts around 5,000, 5K.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so let me stop you for a second. I just want to dial that back for everybody. So she was charging $100 an hour, right? And you were probably pulling teeth to get people to pay you that, right?
Well, people were paying $100 an hour because people knew I was bringing value.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have a problem getting $100 an hour. The problem I was having is if I was helping them grow their business, if I was helping them grow their career or get a new job, they were getting jobs that were $15,000 more in salary and $20,000 more in salary. I just finished helping a lady get a $50,000 sign-on bonus.
Wow.
That was also happening then.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going, wait a minute, I charged them $300.
Right. Yeah.
So I was struggling trying to pay my bills, and they're going, wow, this is great.
Right.
And then the biggest, thing for me was I was talking to one of my clients, and she said, I'm so glad I got more value out of you. I just paid this guy $10,000 and he didn't do anything. And I went, whoa. And I didn't know how to get out of that. Mm-hmm. And then when I met you, I was able to then not only charge that because I knew that was the value I was bringing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and people are happily paying it, right? Because
exactly.
I think that here's what I know. I know that it feels incredible to invest in the best, right? Like you drive a Mercedes, I drive a BMW. Like, I mean, don't you feel good in your car? Like, I feel amazing when I'm driving my BMW, right? Like if there's something amazing that we want, we invest to get it, right? Everybody knows that, whether it's a house, a car, an education, to work with a coach, one of the best coaches. Like Emily is at the top of her industry. She's one of the best in her craft. I'm one of the best in my craft. We invest to get access to that. And so when she up-leveled her mindset and really stepped into the value that she brings to the table, not thinking about her time, but thinking about the value and the results, she was able to, I mean, I don't even know, what is that, 5,000% increase on your rates and have people pay it overnight. Like, it's amazing. And as a result of that, she doesn't have to work as hard in her business. She has time to care for her mom, right? And just have downtime with her husband, who has a very visual position. And so she's got to wine and dine and get all dressed up and go to these zhuzhed up events. She has time to do that now. She doesn't have to be a super slave to her business, which I love. And I know that's what you're wanting. And that's why I wanted to make sure that we were able to have a conversation about the money and how much money she's able to make now. And also, just to share, we do an event and we have many clients that come to our events, but sometimes we have an event and clients can't be there. And the reason Emily's not going to be at the event, I'll have her share what she would like to add, is because she's going to be out making money. Like, that's always a good reason not to come to the event, is because you're out getting paid. You're out making great money and connecting with potential clients in order to enroll them in your programs. And so I wanted to have you guys hear from her because she has had tremendous results. And if she were here, she would absolutely be sitting on our success panel so that other people can hear about the success that she's had in her business. Emily, what would you like to add to that?
Well, the one thing I would add is I am going to be in California right as this is going on. I am sitting in California because I'm speaking at the International Conference of Women in Leadership for awesome. Women in Engineering. So it's going to be engineers from all over the globe. But I'm here because of you primarily, Darnyelle. So you may not know this, but one of the retreats, in every retreat, Darnyelle gives us a challenge. And in one of our retreats, my challenge was to step out of my comfort zone and start applying to bigger conferences. Start letting people know that I could speak on larger stages. Well, I'm speaking on a pretty large stage considering it's the International Women's Conference.
That's awesome.
For engineers.
That's awesome.
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
I wish I could be there with you guys, but I'm going to also be making a little money.
Right. And we're all, like I said, we're always excited to hear about that. I love it. I love watching my clients shine. I love when they're getting to go out there and make a bigger name for themselves, to speak on international stages. Like, that is truly what this is all about. I mean, you come into the program in order to learn how to build a business that funds the life that you crave. And so you do what you need to do in order to make the money you want to make so that you can live the life you want to have. And Emily has been a perfect example of that over the last 2 years. So again, Emily, thank you so much for sharing what it's been like to work together. And I'm excited about what you have done and what is yet to come.